Okay, now a lot of people are talking about Destination X this Sunday. It's TNA's All X Division pay-per-view, the first time ever that Destination X has actually been All X Division. I mean, we know Destination X has been, highlighted by maybe Ultimate X or Elevation X or whatever. But that's about it. It's mostly been just a regular pay-per-view, but now it's entirely All X Division. And apparently it's going to feature the six-sided ring for one night only, and it's going to be bringing back a lot of X Division wrestlers and bringing in some X Division wrestlers. So far, there are only 6 matches assigned to this to Destination X as we speak. 6 matches. Sorry about that. The 6 matches are headlined by the main event, Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles. The other matches are Samoa Joe and Kazarian. The other is an Ultimate X match for a contract in TNA between Jack Evans, Austin Aries, Izon, or whatever his name is, and Low Key. Zimai Ion, that's what his name is. Zimai Ion, Austin Aries, Low Key, and Jack Evans. Then we have an Ultimate X match between Shannon Moore, Alex Shelley, Amazing Red, and can't think of the other person right now. Shannon Moore, Amazing Red, Alex Shelley, and somebody else. I can't think of the person right now. Oh, Robbie E. Yeah, Robbie E. Then we have Brian Kendrick and Abyss for the X Division title. And then we have Rvd and Jerry Lynn. Maybe another match will be added or so. We'll find out. But everybody is hoping and praising the fact that this could be a pay-per-view worth the $35 you'll have to spend. Honestly, I don't know if this will be worth it or not. Let me explain. Yes, it's good that they're focusing on the X Division. But let me ask you this. What sense is it going to make having your X Division champion, who is Abyss, defending on the show against somebody that he's annihilated for the past few weeks, has annihilated at a pay-per-view before? What sense does it make for him to be on the show defending, with people knowing in their minds that he might defeat Brian Kendrick? What sense does that make? Doesn't make much sense, does it? Some of these matches don't make sense. And some people are saying, what sense does Rvd and Jerry Lynn make? I mean, yeah, RVD's an X Division kind of guy, and so is Jerry Lynn, and as they both admitted, they were X Division before there was an X Division. And this is also a way to make up for the fact that they didn't have the match last year at Hardcore Justice. Okay. That's probably passable. But still, what sense does it make, ladies and gentlemen? What sense? In some eyes, it makes a lot of sense. In some eyes, it doesn't. But I'm not trying to run down Destination X. I'm looking at the fact that it might make or break the X Division. And I'm thinking it's going to break it. I'm thinking it's going to make it again. I think it's going to put the X Division on the map again. I mean, come on. You don't seriously do an all X Division storyline with Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan and whoever trying to destroy them. Give them their own pay-per-view and then have them disbanded. You don't just do that. You give them something to celebrate, and I think that's what's going to happen at Destination X. And the only way it's really going to top off as being a pay-per-view worthwhile, you're going to have people talking about and cheering for after it's all said and done, is if, one, AJ Styles Daniels, and both Ultimate X matches steal the show. If not all the matches steal the show, except for the title match. And it gets people talking for some time. I mean, I heard what the Schleg Daddy had to say on Off the Rope show. He said that he hopes that Daniels and Styles steal the show. I do too. I hope Samoa Joe and Kazarian steal the show as well. I hope both Ultimate X matches steal the show. You know, I hope RVD and Jerry Lynn steal the show. I'm hoping Abyss Brian Kendrick will be more than just a squash. But here's how I look at it. The only way to really prove that this is going to make or break the X Division, really get people looking at it on a positive aspect, and talking about the X Division again, putting it back on the map, and making it what it was before, making it the division, the reason TNA/Impact Wrestling was put on the map in the first place, is one or two things happening. One, the Ultimate X match for a contract in TNA Impact Wrestling steals the show, and the person who everybody, the fans, want to see in TNA/Impact Wrestling gets it. And the number one thing that will really get people talking is if Abyss finally loses the X Division title. So this is what I see happening. These are my predictions, and I'm thinking if these predictions go right, especially for the matches that I've pointed out and talked about, this is going to be a worthwhile pay-per-view. I'm not going to order it, but I will download it later on and watch it. So here are my predictions for this Sunday. Let's start out with RVD Jerry Lynn. It's probably going to be a double main event, so it'll probably be the first match of the night. Not first match of the night, but the first match before Styles and be the match before Styles and Daniels. So let's take a look at RVD Jerry Lynn. These guys have had classic matches in ECW, there's no doubt. WWE dropped the ball on them, if you will, when they were both in the company in 2001. But both have proven that when you put them together, despite their age, and despite it's been about 12, 11 years since they last competed against each other, they still prove that they can give a good, decent outing. So I expect a good match, probably some high flying, maybe, not that much. And I expect RVD to go over Jerry Lynn. Because if you want to keep RVD going, you got to put him over Jerry Lynn. Now, for the first Ultimate X match of the night, which I believe is going to be for the contract, it's Jack Evans versus Zema Ion versus Austin Aries versus Low Key. With the exception of Zema Ion, everybody is a household name, if you will. But as much as I would like to see Jack Evans win, because that's what the fans want, and as much as I'd like to see the same for Austin Aries and even Low Key, I've got a feeling they're going to give the contract to Zema Ion. I just feel it. Hey, don't worry. They're still going to keep in contact with Evans, Aries, and Low Key. But I got a feeling since nobody really knows about Zema Ion, they're going to take a chance on him. I got a feeling Zema Ion is going to get the contract and win that matchup. And I've got a feeling it's going to be one of the show stealers of the night. I really do. But I feel Zema Ion's going to win that match. Then we have the second Ultimate X match for the number one contendership for the X Division title. Robbie E versus Shannon Moore versus Alex Shelley versus Amazing Red. I feel we're going to have another show stealer possibly. Maybe not as good as the contract one. But I got a feeling we're going to have some good action. And I am going with Amazing Red to win this. I am. Amazing Red for the win to get the number one contender match against to get the title shot against either Kendrick or Abyss for the X Division title. This is basically, as a lot of people put it, Amazing Red's area of expertise. I'm going with Amazing Red to win the second Ultimate X match of the night. Then we have Samoa Joe and Kazarian. A lot of people were thinking Samoa Joe was going to be added into the Daniel Styles match. We were hoping that too. That's not the case. Instead, we get Joe and Kazarian. I think it might be a decent match, not a show stealer, but it may surprise us. And I feel they're going to have Joe go over Kazarian. I hate to say that, but I got a feeling this is what we're going to start seeing, that monster run of undefeats, if you will, of being unbeatable for a while by Joe. And it's going to start, unfortunately, with Kazarian. It'll be a decent match, probably not the show stealer we would hope for, but a decent match. And I've got a feeling Joe is going to go over. Then the X Division title match, Abyss versus Kendrick. Here's what's going to make this pay-per-view worthwhile and not seem like, it wasn't really worth that much, and that having Abyss on there was just a stupid excuse to have another Abyss squash match and prove Immortal's domination. Here's what I feel. I'm predicting an upset. I'm predicting Kendrick to finally win the X Division title and finally end this ridiculous run by Abyss. Yes, they say the X Division is about no limits, but the truth is Abyss needs to drop this title. This is an all X Division pay-per-view, celebrating the X Division, celebrating the fact that the X Division put this company on the map. So what better way to do it than to have an X Division wrestler like Brian Kendrick walk out of that six-sided ring as the new X Division champion. That's what I feel is going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. It's going to be an upset. I don't know how Abyss is going to get pinned by Kendrick, but I feel it's going to happen, and Kendrick's going to walk out. And to me, that's what's going to help make this pay-per-view worthwhile, worth the $35. Because if they don't have Kendrick beat Abyss on this all X Division pay-per-view celebrating the X Division, then it's not going to be worth, then it's only going to be worth maybe $20 at least, or maybe $15 at least, this pay-per-view, if they have Abyss go over Kendrick. So I'm predicting Kendrick to beat Abyss. Then the main event, AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, who I've met, against the fallen angel Christopher Daniels, who I've also met. I am predicting a show stealer. I am predicting a spectacular main event. And I'm predicting AJ Styles to beat Christopher Daniels. But I also expect maybe a heel turn by Christopher Daniels. Because the clues are there when this match was first announced, folks. So it makes you wonder, is Daniels going to go heel on his best friend? Or are they just going to try to have a match to prove who is the best? Who is the king of X Division? We will find out. But don't be surprised if you see a heel turn and maybe Daniels jumping to Immortal. I could be wrong, folks. I'm hoping I'm wrong. But it seems you don't have to be watching Impact Wrestling or reading the spoilers that much to see that might be the case and scenario before this night is through. But overall, I do expect a spectacular main event, a show stealer, and I do expect the phenomenal one to win this match. Because let's face it, AJ Styles is the face of the X Division. No matter where he's been, what championships he's held, he is X Division. Believe me, I know. I've seen the guy compete twice in person, up close and personal. So, I predict AJ Styles to win this match. Overall, like I said, what's going to make it worth the $35 you have to spend is if Kendrick does win that title. If not, it's only going to be worth maybe $15, the price of an internet pay-per-view. So, that's my predictions and thoughts on Destination X for this Sunday, presented by TNA/Impact Wrestling. Give me your comments down below. Tell me if you agree or not with my predictions. And I will talk to you all later.